You literally cannot start or open your event-based business without these. So make sure you're paying attention. All right, y'all. So I've gotten a few comments about this and I'm excited. I've put it together and I'm ready to get this out for y'all. These are the permits, licensure, whatever it is that you need to get your business going. A lot of y'all wanted to know. So without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it, okay? So what you would be looking for in regards to opening your business is essentially your business license. And I'm going to break down all the parts inside of it, right? Without your business license, you will not be able to open your business in your area. Yeah, you can acquire a lease, you can get keys, you can even create amazing signage, y'all. But guess what? For you to avoid any legal action or closure, fines, anything like that, you have to have your business license, okay? So if you listen to anybody else, make sure you listen to me and you know you have to have these, okay? So the first thing you're going to be looking for in regards to your business license would be you would have to acquire your license from your city. I want you to now drive around, and as you're going, even when you go and be a patron for all of these businesses, all of them had to acquire a business license to legally conduct business in that city or that county. So if you're going to a nail salon, if you're going to a pita place, if you are going to church, all of these businesses had to acquire their necessary license to conduct business in that city. So just point out that you need a business license, yes, and you will get it from the city that the location will be located in. And then also I would go another step further and get the business tax receipt from the county also, right? So just be aware of that when you're looking to start the business, okay? So the next thing you're going to be looking for is going to be your permit, right? Or your zoning permit, right? Zoning means that inside of a county, right? Or a borough, whatever it is, the cities are broken up into little subdivisions, right? And inside of those subdivisions, there are zones, right? So there'll be a zone A, a zone A1, a zone A2, a zone P, a zone P1A. Each state has or city has their own way to determine the zoning, right? So what you need to know before you even start looking for a space, before you even start, looking on Zillow, Craigslist, whatever, Craigslist, you need to know how is your city broken down by zones and what zone is deemed favorable for an events-based business, right? And you're like, Tanisha, that's cool. Where do I find this information? Go to the Zoning and Urban Development Department for your city and find out what's the zoning map look like, right? Is it only A1 that are event space that are allowed to have event space, or is it all zoning A1, A2, A3, AB, whatever the case is, guys? We just have to be aware that zoning is super duper important, and we need to know what zone in your city allows event spaces to conduct business there, okay? So before you start shopping, you need to know the zoning, okay? The other reason why zoning is important, guys, is that just look at your neighborhood, right, where you live. 9 times out of 10, there's not a construction company there or a factory or a gas station like right near you. Why is that? It's because that certain businesses are not allowed to conduct business where individuals reside. So an event space, 9 times out of 10, we know our business is not going to be all rowdy or whatever the case is, but certain cities might deem that as a nuisance business and they don't want it in a residential area, or they don't want it too close to a school, right? So we just need to be aware of zoning when it comes to finding our space so that we make sure that we're able to actually conduct business and open the location, okay? So the next thing I want y'all to talk about is the building and code compliance, okay? Building and code compliance deals with fire, accessibility, compliance of the space and capacity and parking and so much more, right? So when it comes to these building compliances, the city now will come out to your location and determine if your building is compliant with all of those things they need to check off, and that you would be able to safely serve your patrons in the location. Okay, this happens ideally after you have gotten your keys, after you have signed off on your lease, and then now the city is coming out to make sure, hey, is fire safety okay here? Do you have an handicap accessible restroom? Is the sidewalk safe? Do they have enough exit signs in there? Are they illuminated? Does the space have sprinkler? Does it have fire extinguisher? All of these things go into play when we're talking about the building compliance. Side note, it's important, right? At the end of the day, individuals are going to be in your space for a certain amount of time, so the city wants to make sure it's safe. So I go into extra detail in regards to helping you figure this out inside of the Event Space mentorship. And if you would like help, knowing how to start the process, how to start and scale and fill your event space business, text mentor to this number right here, because I am always helping individuals with this process and all of the aspects of starting the business. And I have limited access to my programs as I start. So if you're serious and not curious, text mentor to this number and I'll be able to help you in more detail through this process. Okay, guys? So let's keep going. So when the city comes out, guys, they're checking to make sure that your space is ready to serve their clients or their residents. Okay. So we need to make sure that certain things are up to code. The next thing we're going to be talking about is alcohol permits. I've had a lot of questions about this too in my chat. So thank you so much for y'all who are watching so far. If you're listening and you have any questions, make sure you write your questions in the chat down below so that I can go ahead and answer those either there or make another video for you. Side note too, if you have any other questions around the world of event space ownership, make sure you write it in the comments below so I can go ahead and address this. I love speaking to y'all. I love hearing your thoughts, and let me know if there's something specific you want to know about the event space world. I'm excited to go ahead and help you with that. Okay, guys? So when it comes to the alcohol permit, guys, we are not a restaurant. I just want to make that clear. We're not a restaurant. We're not a bar. You're an event space venue, or what I like to say now, guys, I like to say a multi-service center. So sometimes you can be a third birthday party, or on Sunday you could be a church. On Monday you could be a fitness studio. On Tuesday you could be a book signing event. On Thursday you can be a open mic night. Do you see how we don't fit into one category? We're a multi-service center, right? So you can do a multitude of things. So you do not want to be, pigeonholed as a, alcohol serving space, right? So the way that you safeguard yourself is you do not necessarily need a permit. Just make sure you check with your city, because you do not serve alcohol at an event venue, right? Your clients that come there may want that service or may request that service. How do you safeguard yourself? Make sure that there's a licensed and insured bartender on the premises serving the alcohol to the patrons, so that you're safeguarded on every aspect, right? And like I said, we go into more detail in the mentorship where we're talking about that versus saying a liability insurance, party insurance, to make sure you're covered. But the easiest way to do that, y'all, make sure they have a bartender and the clients pay for that, okay? The last thing I want to talk about is if you are planning to have food on your premises, it's a little bit sticky there, guys, okay? Like I said before, we are not a bar, we're not a restaurant, we are a multi-service center. So if you are thinking about adding catering aspect to your packages, be mindful that's a whole nother set of permits and licensure and liability that you're going to be looking at. Okay, so just make sure, yes, that's money, yes, that's awesome to your clients, but yes, are you ready for that liability where you have the health department that's going to come out to make sure that the space is clean and that you are following all the protocol when it comes to food preparation, right? So just know that that's a whole nother realm there that you're going to be entering in. And if you're going to be doing that, just make sure you know all the ins and outs when it comes to that. Okay, guys? I'm so excited I was able to make this video because I've had a lot of people ask me about it. So, like I said, if you have any questions about anything, make sure you put in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this information, and come back for more information in regards to event-based ownership. And like I said, make sure you text the number mentor, text this number here, and text the word mentor if you're serious about getting to the next level and this is what you want to do. I can help you with that. Okay, guys, until next time, I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed month, and a blessed rest of the year.